children to be raped by people that are living right amongst us. We must remove them from us until they can get the kind of help that they need so that they don't commit these crimes again. We are the Detroit 300, and we're in the neighborhood right now. We've got the block shut down. We need your help. We need your help. You can call your tips in. We need justice for this 13-year-old baby who is just trying to get an education for herself, on her way to school, trying to get an education. The minute we stop our young girls from getting education, we lose as a community, we lose as a country, we lose as a people. We've got to protect our children, we've got to protect our families. As long as this creep is still on the street, your mother, your sister, your aunt, your little daughters, everybody's still in danger. Your tip can get this knucklehead off the street. Suspect is described as a black male, 5 to 6 feet tall, thin build, light mustache and goatee, and he likes to wear a baseball hat with the old English D right on the front of it, so he stands right out. He lives in this neighborhood. He plays in this neighborhood. He goes to the weed house in this neighborhood, and we want it. We will not stop. We will not go away. We will not quit until we get him off the streets. We are the Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. Attention on the block. Attention on the block. The block is shut down. The block is shut down. We are Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. We're here in the neighborhood because just about a week ago, a 13-year-old baby was robbed, she was beaten, and she was raped in an alley on her way to an elementary school that's right here in your neighborhood. People, you gotta know that when people do this to our children, when they rob them of their innocence, when they try to stop them from getting an education, we lose as a city, as a community, and as a people. We're done the minute we let that go down. You might know exactly who he is. He might be living in your house, and if you are harboring him, you are just as guilty of the crime of the rape of a 13-year-old girl as he is. If you have any information, please, you can call 1-800-SPEAK-UP, and you can remain anonymous. You do not have to give your name. You do not have to give your telephone number. You can remain anonymous. But we need the neighborhood to give him up. We are the Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. We are looking for a woman to rape a 13-year-old girl.
Anybody get dead up here? Hey guys!
Detroit! Hey!
Oh, they still hold up right there. Did he just walk? I'm going to talk to somebody. Let's talk to somebody.
She was snatched into an alley. She was dragged. She was sexually assaulted. The minute we let this go down in the neighborhood, we lose. We want the neighborhood to give him up. Suspect is described as a black male, thin build, 5 to 6 feet tall. He likes to wear a baseball hat with the old English D in the front. He might have it turned around backwards now. If you know anybody that
Who has the ball? Who has the ball phone up here?
Detroit 300.
Detroit.
300. Looking for a rapist that raped a 13-year-old girl right here in your neighborhood. Detroit 300. We are looking for a rapist that raped a 13-year-old girl in this neighborhood. We need the men, the ladies in this neighborhood to stand up. We're looking for your help to help you in our neighborhood. Detroit 300. We are looking for a rapist that raped a 13-year-old girl right here in your neighborhood. We are the Detroit 300. Attention on the block. Attention on the block. The block is shut down. I repeat, the block is shut down. Detroit 300 is on location. We're looking for the rapist of a 13-year-old girl, and it occurred right here in your neighborhood. About 1 week ago, she was on her way to school, trying to get an education for herself so that perhaps she can make something of her life. And somebody decided to snatch her off the street, drag her into an alley, rob her, beat her, rape her, and then threaten her not to tell. But she was brave enough to go on ahead and tell her story anyway. She decided she was not going to live in fear. She decided that she wanted the person that committed this rape against her to pay for the crime that they committed against her. We are the Detroit 300. We're on the block, and we want him. We want the neighborhood to give him up. Suspect is described as a black male, 5 to 6 feet tall, thin goatee and mustache. He likes to wear a baseball hat with an old English D right in the front. He raped a 13-year-old girl, people. Even the hood has got rules. Even the hood has rules. You do not rape our babies. You do not rape our babies. Perhaps you did not hear me. I said you do not rape our babies. Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. The block is shut down. We're shutting down the block. Detroit 300. For the rapist of a 13-year-old baby right here in this neighborhood. About 1 week ago, she was on her way to school. She was grabbed, she was snatched, she was robbed, she was beat, she was raped, and she was threatened for her life not to tell. But if she was brave enough to tell her story, to try to bring this creep to justice, you can be brave enough to stand up. Suspect is described as a black male, 5 to 6 feet tall, thin goatee and mustache, and he likes to wear a baseball hat with the old English D right on the front. He dragged a 13-year-old girl into an alley and raped her. Just imagine that happening to your daughter, your mother, your aunt, your niece, your nephew. Don't wait until it comes to your front door to decide to get involved. Don't wait until it comes to your front door until it's your daughter to decide to get involved. Don't wait until it happens to your son before you decide to get involved. Get involved right now. Turn in the individual that committed this crime. You can call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. You do not have to give your name. You do not have to give your telephone number. You can remain anonymous and turn him in. The suspect lives right here in this neighborhood. He does drugs right here in this neighborhood. He goes to the weed spot right here in the neighborhood. We want you to turn him in. We want you to turn him in. While we're on the spot, while we're on the block, there will be no drug dealing. There will be no home invasion. There will be no car theft. There will be no robbery. There will be no carjacking. And the block is shut down. We are the Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. We're letting you know that we care. That's why we're in the neighborhood. We're letting you know that we care. I know it seems like you feel like you've been forgotten about because they haven't torn down these houses or cut some of this grass in the neighborhood. But I'm going to tell you something. When you rape a 13-year-old girl, you're going to get the full force of the Detroit 300 coming after you. I hope the guy that committed that rape is listening to me right now. You had no idea that she had 500 brothers and 500 sisters. You had no idea her family was as big as it was. We're coming after you. We're going to track you down. We're going to get you. And you're going to have to pay for the crime that you committed against this 13-year-old girl. We are the Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. Where's Detroit 300? Attention on the block. Attention on the block. We are the Detroit 300, and we're looking for the rapist of a 13-year-old girl. Suspect is described as a black male, 5 to 6 feet tall. He's got a thin mustache and goatee. He wears a baseball hat with an old English D on the front of it. If this sounds like somebody that lives in your house, if it sounds like somebody that lives in your basement, if it sounds like somebody that lives next door, we want you to turn him in. Turn him in. If he didn't do it, he doesn't have anything to worry about. But we want the neighborhood to give him up. There's a reward that's out right now. You can call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. You can remain anonymous. You do not have to give your name. You do not have to give your number. But people, I don't want you to do it for the reward. I want you to do it because you want to serve this girl. You want to give her some justice that she deserves. She gave it up for you. She gave it up for the neighborhood. She decided she wasn't going to be quiet about what happened to her, but she was going to tell her story. If she's brave enough to tell her story, to try to bring this knucklehead to justice, you need to be brave enough to step up, step out, speak up, speak out. If you know who it is, we want the neighborhood to give him up. Until the neighborhood gives him up, we will not stop, we will not go away, we will not quit until we bring this knucklehead to justice. We are the Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. 300. Detroit 300. We are looking for a rapist. That raped a 13-year-old girl here in your neighborhood. Yeah, he said it's going to be a football practice with the 300. We are Detroit 300.
Detroit 300.
Attention on the block. Attention on the block. We are the Detroit 300.
Hey, you got a mic?
We're shutting the block
You got a
down.
mic?
We are shutting the block down.
A radio?
We're on
Yeah.
the
No,
phone.
yeah,
There
I
will
got
be
the speaker.
no
No, you should let them know. Try to let them know that they way back there and they way up
We are the
there.
Detroit 300 and we're in the neighborhood.
We spread pretty thin.
We're looking for the rapist of a 13-year-old girl. Approximately 1 week ago. She was robbed. She was too. Word.
Yes, too. That was slow down. Like y'all not gonna listen.
Two more sprints, ladies and gentlemen. We all good.
Detroit 300. Detroit 300.
We are the Detroit 300. We're looking for a rapist in your neighborhood to rape a 13-year-old girl. Y'all sound convincing. What we represent?
Detroit 300.
What we represent?
Detroit 300. Detroit 300.
We are the Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. We're looking for a rapist that raped a 13-year-old girl. We were hoping that you were tired, but we're tired of the same thing going on in the neighborhood. It is time to make a change. We are the Detroit 300.
Detroit 300.
We need the men, the women of this neighborhood, of this block, to stand up.
Detroit 300.
Camera on here.
Yeah, video camera.
All right, Beirut. Come on.
300!
300! 300! 300! We're out here ensuring the safety of our women, our children, and the elders. We're shutting the block down. We are the Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. We're in the neighborhood right now, girl, because somebody decided some fool can go to school and not have to worry about being a man school early in the morning. When the big girl we stop, we got her. We walk around, we walk down their hands. Detroit 300 is not even deal with their grandkids without being assaulted. Detroit 300. We are the Detroit 300. And we're standing up for the kids, for women, and for children. And the only reason why we mention men is because when real men stand up, real men stand up. When men stand up, I'm not calling y'all out. I'm just calling y'all in. Calling y'all into the ranks of the Detroit 300. We're hungry of concerned citizens that are tired of the conditions that we're living under. We're taxpayers. We're Christians. We're Muslims. We're Masons. We're Shriners. We're Elks. We come from all walks of life. Some of us are Democrats. Some of us are crazy and we're Republicans. But it's okay. Because we all get together for the same thing. And that's one common cause is that we're all tired of the conditions that we're living under. And the only way these conditions are going to change is if we change them ourselves. We're going to walk around the city of Detroit like they did when they walked around the city of Palestine. time. On the city of Jericho, my bad. But we gonna walk around the city of Jericho 7 times until we get this situation in order. When we get this situation in order, we're gonna live in safety. We're gonna live in safety. But the only way that's gonna happen is if we do it ourselves.
Detroit 300!
How many of y'all are ready for that? How many of y'all are ready for a change?
Ready for it.
How many of y'all are ready for a change? I don't hear y'all. How many of y'all are ready for a change? How many of y'all are ready to live in safety? How many of y'all are ready to be content to have all your own city that you pay taxes in?
If you see this person in your neighborhood, we are asking that you call the proper authorities immediately. We are the Detroit.
Who you with? Oh, man, what?
Who you represent?
Who you with? Detroit 300!
Good evening, community. Good evening, community. We are not here causing trouble in the neighborhood. We are not here to call you out. We're here to call you in. Call you into the ranks of the Detroit 300. We need all the help we can get to get our city back. There is no reason why we get together, our city cannot be back to the greatness that it once was. We out here because of love. We are the Detroit 300. We out here because of the love of our city. We out here because we care about our city. We're shutting down the block. They say people are running away from the city. Well, not us. We're looking for the witness of a 13-year-old girl. Right here in the neighborhood.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Man, we getting real quiet out here. Man, y'all better let these people know what we represent. Y'all better let these people know what we represent. And I'm to tell you this, if we holler real loud and when we get home we can't talk, we shouldn't have been saying nothing anyway. What we represent?
Detroit 300!
What we represent?
Detroit 300!
What we represent?
Detroit 300!
Because I know if I lose my voice, my wife's going to be happy.
Detroit 300! 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 Here we go! Hello, how you doing?
This is the Detroit 300.
Y'all have some information?
This is the Detroit 300.
Detroit 300.
We are all love of our city. We love our city. We love our city so much in fact that we tired of the money. We tired of the money.
Pretty quick.
Real quick.
We tired of the disrespect of our elders. We tired of the nonsense. Children can't go to school in the morning without being accosted. It's not going to happen to mine. It shouldn't happen to yours. We should all be concerned. What part of the game is that?
The other man come back. Where are the wires? So find them, get them in the truck and bring them over here. For the people.
Who do we represent? Who do we represent? I can't hear you. We are the Detroit 300. We are in your neighborhood, and we are looking for a rapist. This person raped a 13-year-old girl, and she was on her way to school. If you see this individual in your neighborhood, we are asking that you please contact the proper authorities immediately.
Where we heading up? It's too quiet.
Anybody got a car? It's not bad interested in coming over to one of the Everybody okay? Is everybody okay? Is everybody rejuvenated? Is everybody energized?
Excuse me.
The Spirit of God is in us. When God is with you, nobody can be against you. God out here representing truth. God out here representing love. God out here representing hope. Man, y'all are powerful. What we represent?
Now make a hole. Make a hole. Let's move one side.
We don't take it back, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be like baby.
Let's make a hole down there.
That we come out here and we talk loud and let people know what we represent. Because if anybody lose their voice out here tonight, you shouldn't have been talking anyway. That's right, lose your voice for something that's a good cause. The good cause is we out here hunting down a rape. Somebody that's preying on our children. And I don't know what part of the game that is, but I know where I come from, that ain't gonna be tolerant. We're gonna make sure that when we're out here, because every time the Detroit 300 get together, the crime rate drops. Ain't no race jumping off on this corner right now. Ain't no murder jumping off on this corner right now. Ain't nobody out here arguing. Ain't nobody out here pushing each other. This is a love fest. That's right, this is a love fest. Gentlemen, ladies, if you live in this community, I think one of the safest things we can do, we can't tear down the abandoned houses. Yes, we don't like it, but we know we can't tear them down. But what we can do is band together, get some swing blades, and cut some of this damn grass. That's what we used to do when I was young. See, that's how you help to make the community safe. So cats can't hide in that grass. Make a hole. Get on the street. I got to make a hole.
Through.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, go ahead. No, man. I did, man.
We are the Detroit 300.
Let's go. We got the hole.
Let's
go.
All men in this community, please take a stand and join us. We are here to protect women, children, and senior citizens. We are a peaceful organization. We are not vigilantes. We love our city, we love each other, and most of all, we love you. We are here to help assist in making our community a safer place. At this time, we are in your neighborhood, and we are looking for the rapist of a 13-year-old girl. And this girl was raped as she was going to school. We are asking if you have any flyers in your possession and you see this individual in your neighborhood, we are asking that you please contact the proper authorities immediately. Who do we represent, y'all? Who do we represent? You.
about yourself. Are you sure?
What's up?
I mean, I heard the window, but I didn't know. I thought that was them in the front door already. I thought they got the crib.
What's up?
He said, guys, somebody in there, the window went down when we went to the back. Well, you help us, man. If you get any information, call that number on the back. They ain't got a what's name? Open window? Open door. You got permission from the owner. I got permission from the owner to open this house. Got permission from the owner to go in this house.
Kick it. Kick it.
They say the door should be open.
Kick it. It's not open. It's locked. Kick it. Good shit.
Detroit 300.
Detroit 300.
Detroit 300.
300.
Detroit 300.
If you were in here, put your hands up.
300.
Do not make me find you. That's the basement. I got it. I got a light. Let me go first.
Detroit 300.
Detroit 300. If you were in here, I want to see your hands now.
Got you, man.
Detroit 300.
Detroit 300. Let me see your hands. Say something.
All right, let's see what we got. Whoa, be careful of the smoke. Detroit 300. I don't see. It's clear. Where? I looked in there.
No, the other side of the door.
Ain't nothing. Clear.
Basement clear.
Now tuck the guns before you go out.
Let's tuck before you go out. Top floor.
What's on the top floor? Talk to me.
Top floor.
Go. Go after him. Go after him. Careful. Slow down.
Clear.
All right.
Clear both right. Okay. It's not, man.
Everybody tuck going out. Tuck.
Shut the door, last one. Close one out, close door. Clear.
Did anybody get in the attic?
Hey, top floor. Hey, who at top floor? Did you get the attic?
We are the Detroit 300, and we are asking all men in this community to please come out and take a stand, as well as the women who support them. We are asking that you do this to take back your community. We are the Detroit 300. We are in your area, and we are looking for the rapist of a 13-year-old girl. This girl was raped as she was on her way to school. Then they used individuals and child like children. If you see this person in your neighborhood, please call the proper authorities.